Hey everyone, this is Larry. Welcome back to Today I Feel Like. I get a lot of questions about how to put a VPN on your router. Well, today I have a router that is designed to have a VPN on it. So we're going to go ahead and unbox it, take a look at it, and then we're going to hook it up and see how it performs. So here we go. All right, so here we have it. This is the Comfast Intelligent Wireless Router. We can see that it's going to have 1200 megabits of speed there, and it says firmware update, so we should be able to get firmware updates to this to keep the router up to date. It says it is model number CF-N3 version 1.2. It has a dual-core CPU, high speed, strong signal, and a gigaport there. So we'll take a look on this side, and we can see here that it is going to say new Wi-Fi 3 intelligent router, again, dual-core CPU, 880 megahertz, 1200 megabits dual band, 512 megs of RAM, 32 megs of flash. It has a USB 3.0 port, a gigaport. It says 5D BI antenna, and supports different firmware. So I guess you can actually load a different firmware on there if you wanted. So I guess if you want to load up like what is that, DRT or something like that. I forgot what the other, there's other types of firmware that you can put on your router if you want to. So I guess it'll support those. So anyways, let's go ahead. There's just a little branding on the sides here. So let's get this opened up so that we can actually take a look at it and see what comes inside and how the router looks and what all comes. So there we go. Toss that off to the side. And we have some user guides here. Now this is kind of cool. It shows there's initial setup and access control minimum, access control profiles, time control, pause internet, whitelist, blacklist, whitelist, ad block, monitoring, VPN setup, and VLAN setup. So all these different guides are available and the QR codes are on there. So we're going to keep that handy. We'll set that off to the side a little bit. And let's go ahead and take a look at the actual router and everything that comes with it. So it looks like we're just gonna really just have the router and the power supply, which is all we really need. So we'll take a look at that. We can see here, this is the power supply. It's pretty basic, it's what you expect. And then here is the router. We're gonna have 4 antennas on here. And let me go ahead and get this out of the plastic so that we can actually get a good look at it here. And we'll take that off, and let's see, let's move that so the antennas are up, and yeah. All right, so this is what we can see on here. We're gonna have a USB 3 port on here, the power reset button, and then we are going to have our line in right here, and then we're gonna have 4 ports that we can put out. So we can hook up 4 different things if we want to get in there. So if you're hooking up say a gaming device or an Apple TV or a Fire TV or whatever else, an NVIDIA Shield, a smart TV, all that stuff, you can hook up right through here. Yeah, on this side, nothing, just a warranty seal. This side, nothing. That side, nothing. On the bottom here is just some information that's specific to this individual router. Now on the top here, we can see that it says it has 2.4, 5G, USB. It has a little globe for the internet, I believe, and then the power button. There's a little dot that you can't really see, but there's lights for each one of those. So as each one of those is active, the light will be on to indicate which ones are active. So yeah, now what we need to do is actually go get this thing set up and hooked up. So let's go ahead and set it up and hook it up and see how this performs and try it out. All right, so I went ahead and plugged the router in, and let's go ahead and get this thing set up now. So let's jump on to the computer. And once we're on the computer here, the first thing we want to do is actually go and make sure we're connected to the router's Wi-Fi network. So we're not going to be able to get any internet with it until we actually get it all set up. But we can see right here we now have PCWRT and PCWRT 5G. Those are the two networks, the 2 different bands that are coming from the router. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the 5G one, and there we go. Now that it's connected, I'm going to go ahead and actually get this set up. And so what I want to do is actually go ahead and type in this web address right here, which is 192.168.10.1. So that's what we want to put in there right there. It's going to load up this page right here. We can see that it's not secure because we don't have any passwords or anything on here yet. And so we can see already it says you're configuring your router for the first time. Please set a password. If you need to enter, you will need to enter this password in the future in order to manage this router. So pick something that that you can remember, that you'll know what it is. So you may need to write it down, or you may need to just use the password that you already used. So I'm going to go ahead and put my password in there right quick, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so there we go. I have my password in there. I'm going to go ahead and click next. And we can see here it's going to ask me to set my time zone. So it's going to say choose from all time zones, or choose from time zones with the same UTC offset as the browser. So I'm going to go ahead and select my time zone. And I'm going to go ahead and select New York right there. And I'm going to go ahead and click next. And we can see here we're going to now have the opportunity to change the Wi-Fi's name. So we're going to be able to change the name, and we'll be able to change the encryption here. So we can change it to either one that we want to. So I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to see the 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz bands on there. So I'm going to go ahead and change the Wi-Fi's name. And for the 2.4 gigahertz, I'm going to give it this name. And now we need to go ahead and put in a key. So this is going to be your password for this. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a key in here. All right, so there we go. I have that. I'm going to go ahead now and click on the 5 gigahertz one. And there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a name here as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and put a key in here. So I'm going to put a password. So, all right, so there we go. I have my password in there. I have my network name. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And now it's going to ask for an email. It says, please enter your email below. Notifications will be sent to this email address when new firmware updates are available. You can omit this field if you don't want to receive email notifications. I'm going to go ahead and put my email address in there anyways. And now I'm going to go ahead and click finish. And there we go. It says setup successfully completed. You can start using your router now. So there we go. I'm already set up and ready to go. And so if I go over, and actually I need to go over to the network preferences so that I can go ahead and log into the router. So I'm going to log into one of the networks. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look for my networks here and see where they're at. And it looks like they haven't changed the name over yet. So I'll wait for those to show up and see if they show up down here somewhere. So let's see if I'm seeing it. Not just yet. It may take just a moment for them to show up on here. So let me go ahead and scroll down again. And let me scroll down and let's see. I see one of them there. And let me see if the other one is there. And the other one is there. All right. So let me click that. And now I need to put in the password. And I can go ahead and click join. And there we go. It is loading up here. And we'll just, yep, there we go. I am joined and I'm ready to rock and roll. So there it is. Now I can go ahead and test this. And I'm going to visit one of my favorite sites I like to visit, which is the Gadgeteer. And yeah, look at that. I am online. That was quick and that was easy. I am online and ready to rock and roll. So yeah, all right. Let's get back in here because I want to show you how to load up a VPN on here. So I'm going to log back into my router. So right now I'm going to go ahead and put in my my password. Okay, so I'm logged into my router now. So now what I want to do is I want to go over here to where it says apps. So we can see right here. Well, all this stuff we're seeing is all my network information and stuff here, but I'm going to go ahead and go over here to where it says apps, and I'm going to click my apps, and we can see here we're going to have access control. So if we click that, we're going to see right now it's disabled. We're going to have bandwidth monitor. That's also disabled. We're going to have dynamic DNS, and that's disabled right now. We have UPnP, and all this stuff right now is all disabled. We have my OpenVPN. And so this is where you can start adding VPN stuff in there, which we'll do in just a second. We also have Strong Swan IPsec. And so there you go. You can start adding stuff in there if you want. And then you have WireGuard in there that you can use as well if you want to use WireGuard. So I'm going to go ahead and use OpenVPN. And there we go. Now, here's the thing. In order to add a VPN in here, you're going to need to have a VPN service. So for me, with this router, I'm actually going to use Ivacy because Ivacy is a VPN service that I really, really like when I'm trying to access content from some other country. So like if I want to watch the BBC or something like that, Ivacy is the one that allows me to access that content. So the first thing we need to do is actually go over to the Ivacy website. So there we have it. We're going to go to ivacy.com. And if you want to support the channel, I do have an Ivacy affiliate link that's in the video description that you can click if you need a VPN. Check it out. I think they're fantastic. And we can see here, I'm going to need to go ahead and log in. And so I'm logged in now. And what we want to do is we actually want to go get their their list of OpenVPN credentials. So right here where it says VPN for routers, we're going to go ahead and click on that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to scroll down a little bit. And over here you see where it says how to configure Ivacy on your Open WRT router. And then there's another one down here. I believe that's, where is it at? There's another one but we'll go ahead and click this one and see if that gives us the list right there. And so we'll scroll down a little bit in here. I don't see a link for the list, so we're going to go down and we'll click on this one right here where it says how to configure Ivacy pFence OpenVPN. We'll click that. And there we go, right here where you can see where it says in order to configure OpenVPN on pFence, first download the required OpenVPN files. So I'm not sure what this pFence is, pfSense, but we're going to go ahead and just get the the files there. So I'm just going to actually click that, and we can see here it's going to be a OpenVPN configs folder. I'm going to go ahead and just name this Ivacy so that I know where it's from, and I'm going to save it to my desktop here. And now that I've saved it to my desktop, I'm going to go ahead and open it so I can extract it, and there we go. It is now extracted, and if I minimize this, I will see this right here. That is that's the config folder. And we should see the Ivacy, there we go, the Ivacy configs right there. So there we have it. These are all the OpenVPN files, and we have the certificates right there as well. And if we expand this a little bit down here, we will see that we have the WDC key on there as well. So, all right. So what we want to do now, and I know if you guys are totally unfamiliar with this, don't be freaked out by it. I wasn't familiar with it before I did this either, but it's not a complicated process. And as you can see, I'm walking you right through step by step. So, all right, let's jump back into it. And so what we want to do is we want to come back over to our router. So we're going to go into our browser again, and we're going to click over here back into our OpenVPN part where we're logged into our router. And right here where it says add, I want to go ahead and click add. And we can see right here it says configuration name. I'm going to call this, you can see I've done some other stuff before. I'm going to go ahead and call this Ivacy London. I'm going to call this Ivacy London because I'm going to choose a server in London. So now I'm going to go ahead right here where it says click browse to select OpenVPN client configuration file to upload. I'm going to go ahead and click browse. And now I'm going to go ahead and browse to that folder where I downloaded all those OpenVPN files. So I'm going to click that right there, and we can see here all the different country names that are on there. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the UK, and we can see right there it's saying UK, United Kingdom, London, and this one's on London too. I'll just go ahead and choose the second one there, and I'm just going to hit open. And we can see right there it's going to load up that OpenVPN file right there. And now we just need to put in our username and password for your Ivacy account. So if you don't have an Ivacy account, go ahead and get one, and and try the service out and see if you like it. If you have a different service, something like IPVanish or NordVPN, those should work too. But I'm going to use Ivacy for this one, so I'm going to put my username and password in for that service. All right, I'm going to go ahead now and click on submit. And we can see right here it's asking for a CA certificate. So I'm going to go ahead and click browse. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to the folder that we went to before where we have all of our OpenVPN files. And I'm going to click right here where it says ca.crt. This is going to be our CA certificate there. So I'll click that. I'm going to click open. And then right here where it says TLS auth certificate, I believe this is what the WDC key is. So I'm going to click that. And I'm going to go ahead and click on open, and we'll see it's going to be right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on submit, and we can see right there it is loaded up. And now before we get this going, we want to go ahead right here where it says enable for network. I'm going to click LAN because I have my router plugged directly into my ISP's modem. So I'm going to go ahead and choose LAN. And I'm going to go ahead now and select save. And we can see there it says changes successfully applied. And now I'm going to go ahead and select auto start. And I'm going to go ahead and select save one more time. And now this little play button, I'm going to go ahead and click that. And when I click that, we can see there it's going to have this little yellow dot next to Ivacy London. And then in a few moments, once it connects, it's going green just like it did. And now I'm actually connected to the London router. So I'm going to go ahead now and just double check that I'm actually connected. So I'm going to head over to a website where it's going to check my IP address. All right, so here we are. This is the website. It's ipleak.net. And it's called ipleak.net. And we can see right here that it's showing that my IP address is showing in the UK and England, and it's showing again right there, and it's showing this is my browser default, fallback is failed. So anyways, it looks like everything is looking pretty good there. So it's showing this is my this is the IP address, and it's the UK, it shows England, city is London, and yeah, so it's showing everything the way that I want it to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and test this right quick. I'm just gonna go ahead over to the BBC iPlayer, and I'm gonna click that. All right, so there we go, it is loaded up. I'm gonna go ahead and click on something. I'll just click on this show right here, The Missing. I'll click that there. And I'm going to go ahead and see where it says start watching. I'm going to click that there. And now I'm going to go ahead and click the play button again. And we'll see if this is going to load up. And I'll go ahead and see, you want to stay. I'll say no thanks. I don't want to take a survey. And it looks like this is going to load up just fine. And let's see what it's going to do. And yeah, just like that, it is loaded up. And I have the BBC iPlayer working through my network that's connected on there because I have the VPN connected to my network. So this is absolutely fantastic. Now, the beautiful thing about this is anytime I connect to that network, whether it be on my Android phone or on my iPhone or on my tablet, or if it's on a streaming device or a smart TV, it doesn't matter what you connect to it. If you connect to that network, you are going to be connected to that VPN, and it only counts as one connection because you have the one connection, which is your router, and everything else that you connect through that router doesn't count towards your device count on there. So yeah, it's absolutely incredible, and it's a great way to be able to access content from anywhere in the world. So you could use an Australian server, or you can use a US server or whatever. And if you want to add multiple VPN servers, you can. You just simply go back into where it says OpenVPN, click on Add, go back there and give it another name. I'll name this one, say, I'll call this one Aussieland. And I will go ahead and choose an Australian server there. So I'll just click the second one there and open that up. I'll now go ahead and just put in my username and password and then hit submit. Now I need to go ahead and put in my certificate again. So I'll hit browse, and I need to put in the other one. So I'll hit browse again and go down and hit WDC key and hit open. And now I'll go ahead and click on submit. And there we go, it is loaded up. I'm gonna go ahead and hit save right here. And there we go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and click on auto start right there again. I'm gonna click on the play button there. So it's going to start connecting to my Aussieland VPN. And now when I come back over here, I'm gonna refresh this page right there. And we're gonna see there that it's gonna start to load up stuff. And we're gonna see I'm connected in Australia to a South Wales server. And if we scroll down here, we can see it's going to have changed the IP address. It's going to be in Australia, New South Wales, and the city of Sydney. So yeah, that's it. That is the router. That's how easy it is to add a VPN on there. There's a few steps, but it's not hard. Anybody can do it. It just takes a few minutes to do it. And you follow along with this video, and you can get it done in no time at all. So yeah, anyways, that's it. It's kind of awesome, and I wanted to share it with everyone. So I hope you like it. All right, everyone, so there we have it. That is it. That is sort of a tutorial and a product review of how to put a VPN on your router, and we got to see how to do that with Ivacy. Now, you can do this with other VPNs as well if you have something different, but I'm using Ivacy in this router, on this router, because I love the fact that I can use it to access content from other countries. It makes it super easy. And we also got to see the Comfast router that's super easy to load a VPN on. I mean, let's just be honest, that thing is awesome and it's easy and it just takes a few minutes to get it done. The first time you do it, you might be a little nervous if you haven't done it before, but after that, it's a breeze and it only takes a few minutes to go ahead and load your different VPN servers on there. So yeah, anyways, there you have it. That's it. I'm gonna leave a link to everything down below. I'll leave a link to the router, to the VPN service, and to all my social media contacts, and to my Amazon page so you can see all the other products and services that I reviewed over time. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Instagram. And I am Larry with Today I Feel Like. Thanks for coming back to see me. Come back and see me soon. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace. Oh, if you're wondering why I look a little bit different in different parts of this video, that's because it came together over a couple of months. So yeah, I look a little different over the months, but there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it, and see ya in the next one. Peace.